Why do we hesitate at mini roundabouts? You'd think with a name like Mini, there'd be a small problem, but you'd be surprised to know that even experienced drivers struggle with this type of junction. In this video, we're going to break down everything you need to know and how to deal with these mini roundabouts on your test. Also, we're going to cover 3 things to avoid on your driving test. First up, let's take a look at a simple animation of the mini roundabout and what we've got to think about. Identifying the roundabout is key, so we look out for this triangle sign on approach to the roundabout as an advanced warning sign. Now this sign means start working through your mirror checks and think about your signals and who you'll be giving way to. Start reducing speed and trying to identify the roundabout itself. Now luckily, the roundabout itself will have the give way sign and a blue circle sign with the white arrows that show you the direction of flow on the roundabout. So this is a good sign to look out for on approach because it gives you a little recap on who you are giving way to. These arrows are sometimes also displayed on the floor, and as you can see, we're always moving around in a clockwise direction. Every approaching vehicle is giving way to their right. So as we run this simulation forward, you'll see the red car approaching from lane 3 is indicating to their right. So the car approaching from lane 1 will have to give way to the red car coming from lane 3 as it is on their right. So as we run this forward, you'll see that the car in lane 1 stops for the red car coming from lane 3 because again it is on its right. Now the next car coming from lane 3, you'll notice this vehicle is indicating to turn to their left into lane 1. So this means that they are not going to cross the path of the light blue car coming from lane 1. So the light blue car can go. What sometimes confuses learners is when they see another vehicle, for instance the car coming from lane 2, and they think they have to give way to that vehicle as well. But remember, everybody is giving way to their right. So the car coming from lane 2, this green truck, is giving way to the right, which is the blue car in lane 1. So let's play that through, and as you can see, the car coming from lane 3 is turning, which is not going to cross the path of the blue car in lane 1. And then the green truck from lane 2 will stop and give way to their right. Now clear, the green truck can go because there is nobody coming from their right. Sometimes at roundabouts, and especially mini roundabouts, you'll get a standoff. This is when everyone approaches at the same time and all are giving way to someone on their right. In this situation, I always advise my learners to wait for someone else to move in a hope we get a blocker. More on those shortly. Otherwise, we may have a problem like the red car in this simulation. If you found any value in this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up as this will help push it to other people wanting to learn like you. Another common problem for learners is normally when turning across the path of oncoming vehicles we give way. But on a roundabout this changes due to us only having to give way to our right. So remember to think about who you're giving way to on approach and use the signs to help, but take your time to avoid any confusion. So now you have a better understanding of what to look for on approach and how to deal with the basic priority on a mini roundabout. Let's look at some examples. So in this example, we notice the sign on approach and start working through our mirror, signal, maneuver routine. So centre mirror, and left signal as we are turning to the left. Position to follow the curve to the left, and speed slow enough that we can see to the right and then we can look to make a decision. The Mini is coming towards us and so is the red car. None of these vehicles are indicating to come into the road we are coming out of to their left. So we have to wait for every single one of them. Now it's clear, we can go. The next roundabout, same again. Mirror, signal, maneuver. The road sign shows us where the junction is and again we're giving way to the right. We currently have no vehicles coming from straight ahead that could want to turn to our left, so we can focus on the immediate right approaching vehicles and look to the right and we can see the red car is indicating to their left. so we can go. I was happy enough that the van was obstructed by the red car, preventing it entering the junction first. This time we are going straight ahead, but as it is the first exit, I can signal left to confirm my direction. And we're looking right. Now we can see the blue car is indicating to go to their right, so we have to give way. Again, there is enough time from the van in order for us to progress safely. So these are the three most common faults on the driving test. Number one is hesitation. This usually happens because the pupil that's approaching doesn't notice that the vehicle approaching is on their left and they give way to them. Remember, you're only giving way to vehicles on your right. Anything that will come round to your door, this window, is the side that you are giving way to. Of course, we're also looking for blockers. These are vehicles that shield the vehicle that you are giving way to. So they create a natural block and cause the vehicle on your right to stop, which means that you can go. It's really important you get the timing right, and it's really important you don't rush this situation. Mini roundabouts require mini speed. The second reason people fail their driving test on mini roundabouts is driving over the center of the mini roundabout. The big blob of paint in the middle, we should always try and drive around this. Driving over it sometimes is okay if you can't avoid it, but you should aim to skim it as opposed to driving over it like a speed bump. The third common fault on a mini roundabout is signals. You must signal due to the close proximity of vehicles in that area. So signal left for first exit. Don't worry about signaling for straight on, but try and signal if you can to exit. And signal right if turning right. If you do this, you should be okay on the test. Okay, so that's mini roundabouts in a nutshell. Next up, medium-sized roundabouts. Check out this video for the medium-sized roundabouts you may have to deal with on your driving test. It's important to mention that all roundabout situations may vary from test centre to test centre. The general rules are the same, but I'll give you the Swindon roundabout as an example of how different things can be. So it's important to practice in the area that you're going to be driving in and speak with your instructor about any specific mini roundabouts that might be slightly different to the norm. If you found this video helpful in any way, please consider giving it a like, as it will help push the channel to other people looking for help on mini roundabouts. Consider a subscribe for future content from the channel, which will help you pass your driving test and improve your driving skills. And until next time, I'll see you then.